It is no news that some local governments in Abia State will be having 24 hours electricity. But we are looking at three Southeast politicians that have been fingered in frustrating this particular Aba power project that will be giving people living in Abia State 24 hours electricity. It is surprising for you to know that some indigenes of the Southeast were frustrating this development that will bring good things to the people of the Southeast, especially Abia State. Now, mentioning them, we start with Emeka Offor, a businessman, a politician. Ayim Pius Ayim, former secretary to the federal government, former vice president, Namadi Sambo, and Sam Amadi. Three of them are from the southeast, while one of them is from the north. Emeka Offor, the chairman of Chrome Groups and promoter of Interstate Electrics Limited, have been accused of having a hand in slowing down the actualization of the geometric power plant in Osisioma, Aba. It took nearly 2 decades for Geometric to finally get a shot at fulfilling its promise to provide 24 hours power supply to the city of Aba after it turned on the first of its four power generating turbines for the first time on Sunday, February 25th, 2024. Emeka Offor, who was a close friend of Namadi Sambo, Nigeria's vice president at the time, was said to have frustrated the operation of the power plant primed to deliver uninterrupted power supply to Aba. Emeka Offor, who was blocking the project, had Pius Ayim, Pius, secretary to the government of the federation, in his pocket, while Sam Amadi, the chairman and CEO of NERC, the Regulatory Commission, was beholden to Ayim Pius Ayim. Professor Bartholomew Naji deserves all the accolades for being the brain behind the successful installation of the $800 million geometric power plant in Aba, Abia State, which is supplying 24/7 electricity to 9 out of the 17 local government areas in Abia State. He's the person that is having this tussle with Emeka Offor. He has experience, he has the technical know-how, a former minister of power under Jonathan regime, but Emeka Offor is a businessman who has deep pocket. He has money. Geometrics was licensed in 2005 to deliver power supply to Aba and Ariaria business units, just 2 out of 18 business units in the Enugu Disco license areas. However, the Bureau of Public Enterprises sold EEDC to Emeka Offor's Interstate Electrics without exempting Aba from the sale, thereby causing friction between Interstate Electrics and Geometric. Emeka Offor owns Interstate Electrics, is projecting that company, while Bath Naji, former Minister of Power under Jonathan, owns Geometric. The backing of the then Vice President Namadi Sambo tilted the balance in favor of Emeka Offor's Interstate Electrics. That means the Vice President found a way to sell this business unit to Emeka Offor rather than Bath Naji. According to sources, the former vice president had vested interest in Interstate Electrics and wanted the company to end up buying Enugu Disco. However, the Bureau of Public Enterprises sold EEDC to Emeka Offor's Interstate Electrics without exempting Aba from the sale, thereby causing friction between Interstate Electrics and Geometric. It resulted in a lot of dispute and lawsuits at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Long story short, 19 years later, the 181 megawatt geometric power plant in Aba, described as the biggest investment in the Southeast, is now a reality. It is on record that Emeka Offor and co. had frustrated the actualization of this project with different lawsuits. They used it as a means to delay the commissioning. You know what politicians do, because the actualization of the said project will spoil business for them. Emeka Offor makes billions of naira from EEDC supplying Southeast electricity. The power plant would afford Abians cheaper electricity and constant power supply, which Emeka Offor's Interstate Electric so far couldn't do. He played the politics so that he could own most of the investments on power supply in the southeast, which rakes in billions of naira to his estate. He realized that the Aba project actualization would be bad business for him, so he decided to sabotage the development of the southeast, a place that he belongs. When people say the problem we have are politicians, and these politicians are known to no tribe, these politicians are not looking at where they come from, they are looking at their personal interests. So the south is having stable power supply is being sabotaged and frustrated by Southeasterners, not a foreigner or somebody who is not from the southeast. Emeka Offor, Ayim Pius, Ayim, and Sam Amadi are people that have been fingered. We want them to come out and clear their names because this is an accusation. But from what we are reading and from the intel that I've gotten, Emeka Offor is a strong sabotage when it comes to this power thing in the southeast, especially with reference to the power plant in Aba. You see, Aba people are celebrating 24 hours electricity since it was being commissioned. Aba indigenes from that 9 local government have been celebrating 24 hours electricity. This is a big milestone. Although the Abia government does not have any investment so far in it, it is something that has come a long way over 20 years. These guys have been in the court, in and out of the court. Somebody doesn't want that thing to work because his own business may be threatened. The billions he makes from EDC, Enugu Distribution Company, might see a decline in profit because it is being said that this power plant will offer steady power supply and at a cheaper rate. We are looking forward to other states, vibrant and buoyant states, to take cue and make sure that they find a way, because one of the biggest problems, challenges that Nigerians are having, the economy is having, is stable electricity. If states can follow cue and emulate what is happening in Abia State, then we can have at least breathe fresh air when it comes to power. Epileptic power supply has made so many companies close and leave the country. So many people cannot continue with their businesses because of the cost of getting power. You have to provide a generator for yourself that you use either fuel or diesel, then you pay for electricity that is not constant. Let's look at some of the reactions on social media in reference to the good news that is happening in Abia State. Jeremiah says, I can now confirm that areas like Emelogu, Ogbo Hill, Port Harcourt Road, and Okpobo Road in Aba are now experiencing serious improvement in the availability of power supply. Bishop X on Twitter says, invest in Aba has been the recent call of all Aba residents who are now enjoying 247 electricity. Abia State is now seen as the most thriving city for living and investing in Nigeria. As Peter Obi will say, governance is not rocket science. Dr. Solution says, I remember when everyone used to say something bad about Abia State not having good roads because of the miserable leaders PDP chose for us. I used to be ashamed to tell anyone I'm from Abia State. The story bad. Today, my vote has changed all the negative narrative towards my state. We have good roads now, even though more roads are still under rehabilitation and construction. We have 24 hours light. Keep deceiving yourself that the elections don't have consequences. All thanks to the people of Abia State and His Excellency Dr. Alex Choma OT. And also, Happiness Eric says that Alex Oti is a huge ambassador of Labour Party. Look at what that man is doing in Abia State in less than a year. Then imagine that in the federal level with Peter B as president of our mandate, if our mandate wasn't stolen. My soups that got spoiled has got me so emotional, and I've cried today since. Don't also forget that the Abia State government insisted that, contrary to some insinuations, the state did not at any time invest in the Aba geometric power project. Abia government said this while disputing an alleged claim by the spokesperson of the former administration that the state invested $5 million in the geometric power project, which was commissioned last Monday. by Vice President Kashim Shettima. You can see what PDP is doing. PDP said they invested $5 million, but the current administration of the Labour Party cleared the air and said that we did not invest anything. This is how they loot the country. This is how they loot states dry. We need to hold our governors responsible. Yes, it is good that Alex Oti is setting the pace for that governor. One other governor I'm calling out is the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Lagos has all it takes to provide 24-hour electricity to Lagosians, especially knowing the fact that Lagos houses most of the industries. It is the commercial hub of Africa and also Nigeria. This is very important.